All right, we are here for class 3 of our 6 class series. This is Santa's Little Helper, a Christmas trick. We are going to go ahead and let everyone in that is going to join us on Zoom. There we go. Hello, guys. Welcome to class 3. Feels like we've been doing this forever.
No, it doesn't feel like class three.
All right, class 3, we are going to get started. We do have a list of tricks for you guys. Not a list of tricks, we have a list of props for you guys to grab, things that are around the house. If you don't have those props, you can always ask for alternative things to bring. Can you pull up that prop list, Corey? So if you're
Yes.
just joining us live for the very first time, we are going to do an introduction before we get started. But here is the list of things to have for today's class. This is class 3 of a 6-part series. All of the recordings are up and available at any time as long as you are registered for this class. So today we're going to be fetching some tape and scissors. Oh my God, I know, right? How helpful that can be. Now we know that scissors and tapes can be really sticky for dogs. Ha ha ha. So what I'd like you to have is some kind of cloth. I did a napkin because you're going to wrap the scissors and tape in the napkin before you have them fetch it. I like to use painter's tape so it's easier to come off. So just something to wrap the scissors and tape in, anything that you want them to actually bring to you. If you don't have or don't want to use that for whatever reason, because it's a safety issue, just use a toy as your fetch. All right. We will be also putting toys in gift boxes. So if you've got a bowl, a basket, a laundry basket, a paper basket, a salad bowl, they're going to be taking toys and putting it into in a bowl. Or in this case, what you're going to see is toys being put into gift boxes. What else do we have here? A roll of wrapping paper. If you don't have a wrapping paper, you can use a yoga mat or just a simple blanket or towel. We're going to be unrolling the wrapping paper because your dogs are going to help you wrap up these presents. Any kind of gift, any kind of Amazon box or gift boxes. What else do we have in here that is a prop? I think that's it, right?
Yeah, it's not very prop heavy today. Um, Ultimately, when you're practicing or when you're performing this, you may want to have those boxes wrapped so they look like presents because that will be part of the story to have them wrapped. But of course, for today, or empty gift bags if you have gift bags that are standing up and kind of like propped open, looking like they're ready to be given, that's what the idea is for those.
Awesome. Okay, while we have some people coming in a little bit later, we are streaming live onto the YouTube channel so that you will be able to have this recording later on. Let's go ahead and get to our first slide and we'll get started.
All right. Our first story slide.
Page 48, just the introduction part.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get out of here.
And if you guys would like, you can go ahead and warm up your dogs. It's going to be about 2.5 minutes for us to get to the very first trick. So those of you that are here live, Deanie, Steve, looks like Suzanne, Terry, go ahead and get your dogs warmed up with sit down, stand, spinning in both directions. And since we are going to be doing lots of fetch, go ahead and start playing a game of tug. All right, so this again is class 3 of our 6-class series. We do not have class next week, and we will be just giving you guys the list of the last 3 series, so you'll be able to practice over the next 2-week period. Go ahead and go to the next slide. This is the scheduled series. You'll see November 5th is when it started, and the last class will be on December 17th, which is our performance. We'll be streaming live on YouTube. You can share it with your friends and family. You'll have the link ahead of time. Those of you that are here live, you're going to have an act that you're going to do, a scene that you're going to do just by yourself. Or if you've got a dog that can do all of it, you're welcome to join us for the entire series that day. That will be a very, very long class. I think that'll be probably a 2-hour show, I'm assuming, but we will take lots of breaks and things like that. I'm Yoram Medeiros. Can we just skip over to that slide? Perfect. So I've always dreamed about putting this performance together. We are going to do 2 performances. One is going to be live streaming. It's all virtual. And then we've got one that following that same week on Thursday, which will be in person at our facility. We'll be streaming live from the facility so we can show you what that looks like. We do have some pet parents that are local that we will invite down to do certain parts of that act.
And I'm Corey McGregor. I'm from the Toledo, Ohio area. I've been working with dogs specifically for about the last 7 years, but my original training experience and animal experience was with exotic animals as a zookeeper here at the Toledo Zoo. I did that for about 10 years and then moved into domestics specifically.
And those are her 2 dogs that are sometimes featured in some of the videos. All right.
So I think we kind of have the idea of the story, but this week we are looking more at the actual things that Bella is helping Santa with to prove that she is a trusted helper, working her way toward her honorary elf status.
Love it. Let's skip over to slide 54, where we're going to go over what are the tricks for today. So go ahead, Corey.
So today, they're going to be fetching tape and then fetching scissors for our very first trick. Then we will be doing say a prayer, put toys in gift boxes, roll out wrapping paper, touch a bow, which is similar to what we did maybe last week or the week before, where they're putting their paw on that ribbon and holding it in place for you to tie it up and finish the wrapping. We'll be working on a sit or down stay from a distance with distractions, a wait with food at a distance, sending Bella or your dog over to check out boxes and for those where we need our presents and our boxes ready to go, waiting and then head down. So those will be the order of the way the tricks will appear in the story today.
So that's 11 tricks. We'll probably get through about 8 of them because some of them you'll be able to do on your own, but we'll see how it goes. So let's start off with the very first scene. This is the intro scene. Go ahead and read the first intro and then scene 1, please, Corey.
All right, today she'll learn to fetch, carry, and organize all the things Santa needs. It's time for Bella to get her paws a bit messy. She's ready to help wrap the presents. So Bella brings the tape and scissors. What a helpful friend. Just look at that smile as she says a prayer by the tree, wishing every child a holiday as joyful as can be.
So what you see in the red is going to be the trick. As the narrator speaks in the story, in the background, the dogs will be performing these two tricks. So we've got Bella fetches tape, then retrieves scissors one at a time. She does one and then the other. So let's go ahead and pop that video in. So here I have, this is what it looks like in the end. You've got fetching tape and fetching scissors that are wrapped in a Christmas napkin with some painter's tape around it. What I did was placed the napkin. This is the tape. So I placed the tape all the way wrapped inside of a napkin. I tightly put the tape around it so it just feels like a toy. If your dog doesn't like that material, you can use a cloth. You can even use something else, whatever the dogs are comfortable with putting in their mouth. If this is too big or too heavy, I noticed that my scissors were a little bit heavy, but Bandit has a pretty strong fetch. I was able to have him fetch this object over. But if not, just have your dog play a game of tug with it. Any interaction with it, you're going to want to mark and reward. So that is how you wrap it. Now, how you get them to fetch, they should already have a fetch by now. If they don't have fetch, then all you're doing is presenting the object, wiggling it in front of them. And if they even look at it, you mark and reward. From that look, you're going to get them to put their mouth on it in any way. But actually, if they touch it with their paw, go ahead and mark and reward. From there, go to your mouth target and then get their teeth on it. So you're really trying to get them to engage with that object, whatever it looks like, whether, again, if it's a toy or you've got what we have here for the dogs that already have a fetch, we've wrapped it. We're getting a lot of rendering, or is that rendering on your side?
Yeah, it is. I see it.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go ahead and stop sharing the screen. Let's get you guys to perform that very first trick. Bring scissors and tape or fetch 2 items, bring it right to your hand. So we're going to spotlight anyone that's working with their dog. Hi, Brianna. Very good. Corey, can you do some coaching? I'm going to go and try to see if I can, I'll share the screen out so that we,
Okay, really nice. Even if your dog grabs it, picks it up and brings it to you and they don't get all the way to you, go ahead and still reward for that. And then that will develop over time. So any interaction, if they even put their mouth on it, pick it up, drop it, we're rewarding for all of it.
remember to wiggle it a little bit. Now, if those of you guys that have an issue with your dog putting something in their mouth, but they're a foodie, go ahead and put food inside of a sock, right? You can always use a long tube sock to hide your stuff in. Put some food at the bottom of that. That'll get them to put their mouth on it. Good. Starting off close by, right next to your dog, and gradually you're going to have that dog carrying that across the room. The helper dog would do us all some good. Nice job, Deanie.
Yeah. Especially since I feel like I lose the tape and scissors every time I use them.
Good. Terry, lean forward a little bit more. There you go. Wait. Now, as soon as Sophie has that in her mouth, your hand is right under it, and then yell for a drop. And good girl. Very nice. As your dog gets good at this, you're going to have them carrying it to you, and then your hand is just placed out in front of you versus you moving your weight. You'll notice from last week's video where I was moving my weight forward and then I was pulling my weight back, getting them to actually carry. Wow, Steve, you're doing so good with Stash. He's really come a long ways with his drop. Now, he used to go and take anything and he'd just take off on the floor.
Oh boy.
All right, tape and
Miss Bella look
scissors.
amazing.
Karen, lots of distractions over there.
Yeah.
Like,
there was just a golf cart there.
I saw that, yeah.
Driving around.
Now the lawnmower. Steve, go right over to Stash. There you go. All right, guys. One more repetition. Give them the all done cue. Beautiful. All right, moving on to our next trick. So, are you seeing the screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so you got the tape and scissors from your dog. Next is that you're dealing with the dog and tape and scissors, so you do need to say a prayer. So it looks like just look at that smile as she says a prayer by the tree. So you're going to want Bella to be able to cue her to go cue your own dog. Of course, we do have a Bella here, but cue your own dog to go into a prayer. So this is what the prayer looks like. I'm going to play the audio as well. Your relationship with your dog. The goal with this trick is that your dog sits pretty and places their paws up on your leg, arm, or other object, and then lowers their head between their paws as if they're saying their prayers. With your dog by your side, ask your dog to sit pretty and put their paws up on your arm, a chair, or even your leg. You should use whatever is the correct size for your dog, so that when they put their paws up, their paws should be leveled with their chest. Mark and reward for the starting position. Practice a few times so that your dog is comfortably getting into position. Gradually, Work on the duration and position by rewarding with multiple treats or letting them nibble on the end of a treat. Next step is to add their head bow by reaching between your dog's paws and using a lure to guide their head to dip lower.
Isn't
Mark
that cute?
And reward. Repeat gradually, dipping their head down between their paws into a prayer position. When this happens, mark and reward generously in the position. Repeat several times until your dog starts to comfortably and consistently lower their head beneath their arms. The next step is to add duration in position so that your dog can maintain the position for up to 3 or 4 seconds. Once your dog is able to maintain the prayer position for a few seconds, it's time to add a cue. Common cue for this trick is say your prayers, or you can even put your hands into a prayer position as the cue. Core strength is important for this trick, so go slow, take your time, and have fun training this cute, adorable trick together. So a couple other options is, so it's this is a sit and have them put their chin on your thigh or in your hands or on another object. So anything that mimics, look at Steve and Stash go. I love it. So anything that mimics the dog saying a prayer can be a silent prayer. It doesn't have to involve your hands and your thighs. So it depends on your dog's size and all of that. So let's give that a try. So you saw the step-by-step tutorial, starting with your dog in a sit next to you while you're kneeling. Reward that default position. Good. So Deanie, go ahead and reward the beginning of it, even though Bella does know what you're trying to do and you're not moving fast enough. Go ahead and reward her for putting her paws up on you. Steve, if Stash's nails are killing you, maybe just do a chin target to your thigh or your hand for prayer. And you see Karen is all the way on her butt because she's got a very, very tiny dog.
Yes, very little legs.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. So be careful on getting Sophie too wound up. So start off with feeding her in a kneeling in her while you're kneeling, sitting, and while she's sitting down. Perfect. Get yourself closer. Now ask for paws up and gently tap your thigh instead of, tapping it really hard. There you go. That's better. Perfect. Good. And the way that you rewarded very quickly kept her butt down. And look at, you've got duration going already, Terry. Nice job. Now, this is the first time Terry's ever done tricks with us. Her dog knows tricks, but Terry didn't realize her dog knows a lot of these tricks.
Oh, nice.
She's learning. Yeah, she's learning the tricks as she goes.
Sure.
So this is your say a prayer. So the
Nice
next,
job, Deanie.
if you guys have something soft for your knee, so you'll see Deanie's got like a knee pad. There you go, Terry. Much smarter. Please ask questions as they come up. No problem, Brianna. This class is being recorded. You can always watch later if you have to leave or you've got questions, please just ask them as you go. Oh, that's perfect. Well, Steve, you know what? In that position, you can actually go into like a prayer and then have Stash kind of climb underneath you. That's kind of cute too. Whatever your dog offers, we're just going to go with it on Showtime, guys.
Yeah, true. Don't worry too much about getting it perfect.
That's perfect, Karen. I love that option. All right. We'll finish up wherever you're at and then give your dog the all done cue. And then we're going on to scene 2. All right, that's you, Corey. Go ahead and read.
All right, Bella helps Santa put the toys in the gift boxes to be wrapped. Bella rolls out the wrapping paper and together they wrap the presents. Good job, Bella. She's moving up in the ranks, proving she's no ordinary pup.
That's right. Let's see. So we're going to go to the next slide. Putting the toys in the box, very similar to putting your toys away, right? That it's an advanced trick. So here we're asking the dogs to put one toy in the box at a time. So this is what it looks like at the end. And you'll notice I'm putting the lid on it, and then I'm asking him to do this again. So this is 4 toys, 4 boxes. This is just what I ended up doing because I had some stackable boxes. Now to teach this, you're going to want to use the largest box, bowl, whatever target basically that you want your dog to put the toy in as possible. Starting off with just asking your dog fetch to hand. Tug or fetch to hand first. Those of you that have done put your toys away, it's very similar. We're just using a different prop. The objects that you have that your dog is going to be putting into a bowl or box or whatever, they need to be able, your dog needs to be able to easily put those props in there. So size matters here. So I've got pretty small toys, and you'll notice that I have pretty small boxes for a small dog. After your dog is doing fetch to hand, you're going to bring the box, the largest box or bowl in front of you, and you're going to ask your dog to fetch. What I did first is made sure he's comfortable with the box. So I put a treat inside of the box to see if he'll put his head in it. Then I go fetch to hand. My hand is over the box. It's in front of the box at the very beginning. Gradually, I move my hand towards the middle of the box, and then I just move my hand all of a sudden, and he drops it in the box. From there, I start to point to the box where I want him to put the toy. And this comes in really handy later when you've got several boxes and several toys. After your dog is okay and comfortable with putting it into a larger box, you can then ask for the precision of this trick by asking them to put it into a smaller box. Did you see that?
Yeah, he put it back. He's like, that's not what we're doing.
Yeah. You can use bags, boxes, whatever your dog's comfortable with. Now, the prop that you use shouldn't move very much. After your dog gets good at this, so I'm generalizing it, I'm using different boxes. I'm also doing distance away. Then I'm pointing to the specific box that I want you to put your toys in. Now, for advanced version of this, you can name these boxes small, large. Remember when we did that? So we were identifying what's small and large, or big and small. So you could have your dog fetch and put it into the small box, or fetch and put it into the large box, but you would have to name that. You'd have to go through that process. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and let you guys get started. So fetch to hand over the box, add distance. Let's see how they do here. Good. To make that object interesting, you might want to move it around a little bit, and now pull your hand. Yes, very good. Good. Now that you're throwing the toy, Deanie, go ahead and set the toys down and then ask for her to put the toys in the box. And then you can grab 2 boxes. Very good, Sasha. Karen, I love your celebration with your dog. These tails wagging. So good. Good. Come on, Stash. Let's put it in that box. Great point right there, Steve. That was good on your part. Timing is everything. First, now. There. Good. Good mark and reward there. Timing is really important here. A little bit too late, your dog misses the point. Good. Wait for Stash to put it in his mouth and then bring your hand over to the box. Make it interesting, Terry. Shake it. Go get it. Go get it.
There we go.
I love seeing Stash do this. This was a hard one for him. Remember, like he couldn't do any of the fetch. All right,
Hold on, I
10,
take off for
10
the 10
seconds.
minutes.
This is amazing, guys. Everyone's dog is putting their toys away. So then, Terry, your next step would be generalizing it, grabbing another box a little smaller. Same, Deanie's got a bag, a Christmas bag, and a box. Karen went out with four
Or bags.
bags. Bags are a little challenging because they move every time the dog puts something in it. So I'd love to see that these dogs are putting their toys in the bags as well.
Yeah, that target space is a lot smaller too with the bag open, so it's another good way to challenge, you know, what they're doing and get it more precise. Same with like we've used stockings before, dropping those toys into stockings. That's another difficulty
Yeah,
to
yeah.
try.
All right, give your dogs the all done cue. We're going to move on to the next one. Now, those of you that have been with us a long time, you saw this trick a long time ago. This was where they unrolled a yoga mat. So we did this today with wrapping paper. I did this with Bentley. So I used something solid and heavy to hold the wrapping paper down. And it's basically a nose target to a very precise spot on the rolling paper for them to actually unroll it. To start, place treats. You can be generous the first time you do that, but you're going to place treats all the way out and then you're going to roll it back up. Now, what your dog will do is they're going to first eat the treat that's right under the what's that called? The
Roll or
crease.
the fold, yeah.
Yeah, the crease. And then they smell for another one. So it's natural for them to use what's called a nose nudge. And this is how we open the toy box. And I'm going to play that one more time. So this is what it looks like. In the end, we want to be able to just cue it. So I call this push. This is his push cue, but I pointed to where I wanted to push. Another option is using a sticky note or a piece of tape and targeting it to a specific spot. But I found I taught this in less than 2 minutes. So like, I feel like our dogs here will get it pretty quickly, especially if you've been doing tricks. You're like, oh, you want me to do that? And then you just turn it into a cued behavior. So this is how we also do like push the soccer ball or hit the bowling pins down, right? Knock it is what we used to call it. So I ended up calling this push and then pointed to where I wanted him to push. So take your wrapping paper, make sure it is solid on one side or you're going to have to hold it. Otherwise, the paper the whole roll just rolls away with you. So put two pieces down or hold one side down and then place little treats along the crease, unroll it a little bit and then roll it back up and see if your dog just nudges it to get the treats. So that's what I would do for the first round. You can use a towel. You can see Karen has, it looks like a blanket of some kind. The paper was a little, or the towel. The wrapping paper was a little bit harder because I couldn't get it to stay still because it's so light. So I ended up putting heavy ornaments on both sides to keep it still. Perfect. Be generous with your treats. There's the unroll. Look at that.
Yeah. It's like, got
Good.
it.
So once you've done it with multiple treats, cut that amount in half, roll it again. Steve, you've got a great yoga mat there. Yeah, that's perfect. Yep, good. I love the patience, Deanie, you're doing with Bella, having her wait as she sees what you're doing. There's unrolled. Good. So when she nudges it, you want to give her some kind of verbal, good job. Yeah, that's right. You know, kind of thing. When you're not using treats to lure that, then you're going to ask for it and then mark and reward. So the goal would be to not have to put treats in there, but the dog goes and unrolls it. They understand that once they do that whole thing, very good, Karen. So this is unwrapping and wrapping. How do you think your dogs would do on this one, Corey?
We do like for enrichment, we do rolled up towels, so they would already
Oh,
understand this concept, but it would be a matter of just putting on cue. I've not ever used wrapping paper, but one of mine really likes to chew up, like shred things. So I'm not sure if this would turn into a game of shredding the rolling paper or the wrapping paper, or if we would be rolling it out. I have to give it a try.
I kind of like, yeah, I like what Karen's using. The towel would be a lot easier. I'm thinking for
Yeah.
the performance, it is kind of hard with the paper, but it does roll
It's
fast once it rolls. It rolls
Yeah, once they
really
give it one good
fast.
push, like you see
Yeah.
Bella, she just gives it one good push and she gets it unrolled pretty far.
So if you're just joining us, this is the trick called roll out the wrapping paper. It's where your dog nose pushes the wrapping paper to unroll it. And then what Santa's going to do is going to place a Christmas present to be wrapped onto that paper. All right, we'll give you about 20 more seconds here. Isn't that cute, Karen? Love it. I think I read your lips.
Yeah.
Terry, Sophie's a little, she's better at helping than your husband, huh? You got to help her there. All right, guys, give them the all done cue. That was really cute. Next thing that Bella's going to do to help you wrap presents is your tying a bow. So this is where after you wrap the paper around a box, you're going to want to put a bow around it. We did this last week, so we're going to do it one more time. It's paw target to a box or a gift bag or something like that, in which it gives you time to wrap a bow. So you want to first start off with paw target, paws up on a box, mark and reward. When you do a few repetitions, you're going to use the treat to move your dog forward or back. The goal is that their paws are right in the middle where you're going to be wrapping that bow. So you see here, the other Corey is
Yeah.
pulling the treat towards her. So then she puts the bow on there, and now the dogs are supposed to target the center of that bow, and you're going to build duration right there. So she's pointing to where I want those paws to be. So you're doing paw target to a specific spot. You can use a sticky note. See what your dog offers, and then we can go from there. So the goal is that your dog stays put while you tie a bow. Now you'll see here in just a second, another option is just have your dog sit there while you tie a bow. Or in this case, Bandit ends up putting his chin on the box while I tie a bow, or she ties a bow. All right. All right, let me go ahead and stop share and give that a try. And then we're going on to scene 3, which is going to be a little challenging.
Well, it looks like we've been practicing. We've got
Yeah.
our paw targets are nice and accurate.
And the duration on that
Yeah, I
with
was gonna
that
say,
kind
look
of,
at
look at
Sophie's.
that.
That was
Look at
amazing.
Terry. Did you practice?
Yes,
Okay.
we can
Yay.
tell. You can tell.
Look at Sasha's tail. She's so happy. So I think Karen is actually using her paw target bowl, which is a good idea. Something very
Oh,
sturdy that doesn't move around.
yeah.
Be careful with those boxes on the rug that they don't move around. Maybe you put something underneath it that keeps it a little bit more grippy. Perfect. Good. That's it. That's good,
Nice snack. Oh,
Stash.
look at him.
Yeah. That's good duration. And you're not even have to reward him for that. That's amazing. He just really
Dear
wants to
boy.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh,
cookie me.
Terry, Sophia's grabbing the bow too. She's like, yeah,
Oh,
I'll help you tie the bow.
yeah.
Like,
Not that
I,
much help.
I've seen such a big difference in their relationship just in the last 3 weeks doing tricks together. That's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Good. You're going to pull that treat closer to you, Deanie, so her weight comes forward a little more. It's too easy for them. 20 seconds here. Good. So, Karen, your goal would be to fade out the ongoing food and be able to have her stay put while you tie the bow with two hands. Maybe give her a cue like wait or stay. You just
Yeah.
got to stay. All right. Give your dog the all done cue. And we're going to go into scene 3. So, Corey, go ahead and read that one.
All right. Once the presents are wrapped, Bella watches as Santa carefully arranges them to check them twice. Santa and Bella celebrate a job well done with some cookies and milk. So this is the watches part. That's just going to be a sit, stay, or a down stay. And then increasing the activity around them, and then kind of a leave it with the cookies and milk.
Yeah, so we'll just talk you through this one. So you're going to ask your dog to stay put, whether it's on a spot, a mat, a Christmas blanket, whatever it is, they stay put while you do something that's pretty distracting. Okay, so maybe you go into the kitchen and you go grab yourself some cookies and milk, something like that. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to place something down in front of your dog that they are allowed to have. So this is not a leave it, this is a wait. So you're gonna, what we did last year is we put a plate full of treats in front of the dog and we asked them to wait. And then we went 20 feet away to grab something, come back, release the dog. So what you're gonna ask your dog to do is wait while you put something down in front of them. So something with food. So it's supposed to be food related. And then you're going to release them so they're okay or free, and you're going to allow them to take that food. You're going to repeat that again. So you're going to ask them to go into their spot, wait. You're going to put the food bowl down, and you're going to wait even a few more seconds, maybe 3 seconds or 5 seconds. And then you give them the release cue, and then they eat their food. Then you do it again, and this time you have them wait for 5 or 10 seconds. So after you get up to 10 seconds, from there, you're going to give them that wait cue. You're going to put the bowl down, give them a wait cue, and then you're going to not just do duration, you're going to start to walk away from them with the goal of going 20 feet away from them with that food right in front of them, but they do not go after it. This is a very advanced skill because most dogs, as soon as you're out of sight, as soon as you say, where they think they're going to get it, they're going to just usually get up and go get it. So gradually work your way to this exercise, and we're going to help. We'll talk you through what we need to get there. We've been practicing this at school because of the Thanksgiving holiday. We're working on a strong stay, even when there's food there. Now this one might. Oh, good. So what Steve is doing is he's doing this with Stash at a distance. Beautiful. Karen already went to the 10-foot mark and out of sight. So the difference between wait and stay for us, wait is that they're going to anticipate something awesome is about to happen. So there's that energy in their body, like they're waiting. They're like, okay, so look at Stash's face. He's like, oh, did you release him from there? Karen's adding some distractions.
My eye was drawn down to her.
So what it'll look like is you'll have cookies and milk, and they'll have their food, their snack as well. Good, Terry. I like that you're paying her for getting in position. Good. good. Oops. So it's a weight with food present. Now, and we keep going. In this scene, Corey, what we were going to do is we were going to pretend like Santa puts his cookies down and then puts something down for Bella, but then, oh, I forgot milk. So goes
Yeah.
away and the dog, Bella's left there with this food in front of her going, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And
Right.
then comes back. And then when the milk, when the Santa has milk and cookies, releases the dog
Then they
to,
share. Yeah.
yeah, they share that moment.
Should
Wow, you
Ter-
guys are pretty good. Go ahead, Carol.
should Terry start with the food a little farther away?
You could. I can't tell if she's releasing her.
I don't
don't
think
think
so.
Oh,
so.
you're not.
No.
Okay. Okay.
I-
She's not.
What I was gonna suggest is stay close to it.
Yeah.
If she gets up and moves toward it, just cover your hand over the food until she lays back down.
That was a good one. She just did a really successful.
was
This
good.
one,
Really good, yeah.
yeah. She
But
used
that
a
way-
hand gesture on that one too. She did use a hand weight.
Yes, yep.
So Terry, it looks like Sophia doesn't understand the release cue really well. So that might be where you want to work on next. But she did understand your weight cue. Steve, you're
There
good.
you go.
Karen, you're good. Deanie, good. Very good, Terry. Perfect. So your goal, Terry, for the rest of the week is to work up to about 10 feet away. There you go. Okay, not on that one. All right, give them the all done cue. And we're moving on. We're doing good on time. Let's go on to scene 4.
All right, Bella notices a present that was left behind and goes to check it out. Santa sees it and picks it up. She watches as Santa reads the tag and places it with the rest. Santa gives Bella a thumbs up and Bella offers a wave back as she knows she is close to becoming an honorary elf. Bella lays her head down for a well-deserved rest.
All right. So first trick that we're going to do is Bella goes and checks it out. So this is going to be any kind of targeting to a present. There's several ways to teach this. One option is to do stick a painter's tape or a sticky note to your palm or to the end of your finger and start getting nose target to that or paw target to that. Then you're going to cue your dog's nose target to the hand with the tape, and you're going to gradually move the tape closer to the boxes or presents or a tree or wherever you want them to go. Now, I do this with I do it with tape, but I'll also do it with like a little rubber piece of like a coaster. And then I'm asking my dog to paw target it. So then I put it on the floor and gradually I can say like, go to that specific spot. I call this mark. So once your dog is offering a nose or paw target to the tape on your hand, you're going to take that hand, you're going to place it closer to the gift boxes or a Christmas tree or wherever you want them to go. And then eventually you're going to put that over there, either on the floor or on the box. But what it looks like is that Bella notices there's presents. So she's going to go over to that spot and look at the presents or stand by the tree. So let's see how you guys do with what you have in your home. You're asking them to go somewhere and target that spot. So let me stop sharing the screen. That's probably a horrible explanation, but that's all I got right now.
No, it made sense to me.
Yep. So first paw or nose target to your sticky tape, Terry. And then you're going to take your sticky tape and you're going to gradually move over to whatever you have there. Perfect. Okay. So Karen's using a cone to represent her spot. That's perfect. So this is like Deanie, this is like go to mark. She's using a coaster. Beautiful.
Nice.
Now, I can't tell if Karen's really drinking from the cup or it's a
I think it's her
oh,
treat.
it's her treats. I was like, God, it's a little early to be drinking from a
It's 3 o'clock here. It's a little
getting in the holiday spirit.
better.
Oh, perfect. So there's Sasha targeting, beautiful. She's targeting that cone with her nose. Great job. And that's 10 feet. Very good. Beautiful. That's it. So Terry, I want you to add a sit after that. After she nose targets the gift, go ahead and have her go into a sit. And that will really look like what we're trying to make it look like. Steve is shaking his head. I don't know what Stash did. Oh, he's giving him a longer distance. Okay. Once you identify that spot, you might want to call it something. I usually call it mark. Go to your mark. Let's see. Good, Stash. That's
Nice.
fine. Yeah. Deanie, you should probably be able to do this standing up. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you. Karen, I really like the way you taught this one. Keep going, guys. Last year, we featured this similar trick. We called it Go Hide, where the dog went to a specific spot behind a chair. So it's kind of the same concept. Cue the sit, Terry, instead of tapping the hips. Or bring your hand, use like a hand target. There it is. Very nice, Terry. And then sit. So if you can get your dog to target that prop and then go into a sit, that's going to make it look like what we're looking for. All right, 20 seconds here. Anything else you want to add, Corey?
No, I think for Terry, maybe if you get up on your knees a little, you have a little bit of height between you and her, and then you can bring your hand, give that more specific hand signal for her sit after she nose targets.
Oh, that's true. She's too close to it, huh?
I think so. So close. There it is. Nice job.
All right, great job there. So you sent your dog to a target or to a mark. After they get there, you can have them go into a sit to kind of just like say, hey, it's right here. Don't forget this present. After that, we've got the next part of this is called wave. Some of you guys have done this before, but I did end up recording a new video, so I'll play it. Teaching your dog to wave is a fun and easy trick that can be used for great photo opportunities or to impress your friends and family. It's best if your dog already knows how to shake or high five. Begin with your dog sitting in front of you in a room free from distractions on a non-slippery surface. Present your hand at your dog's paw level as if you're asking for a shake. When your dog offers their paw, mark and reward the behavior with a treat. Repeat this a few times to build confidence in the movement. Now, instead of offering your hand down low, raise it slightly higher in a high five position. When your dog touches your hand with their paw, mark and reward the behavior. Practice this step a few times to reinforce the motion. Notice that I'm still paying even if he uses his nose. Your dog can comfortably reach, but raise it a bit more than you would for a shake. Once your dog is comfortable with high five, you can begin to raise your hand higher and a little further away. The goal is to encourage your dog to lift their paw without actually touching your hand. Mark and reward each time your dog lifts their paw, even if they don't make contact. Gradually, increase the distance between your hand and their paw, rewarding them for the effort of lifting their paw in the air. Notice I'm pulling my hand away. Now that your dog is consistently lifting their paw, it's time to add a verbal cue like wave or a hand gesture like you're saying hi. As you raise your hand, say wave if you want a verbal cue in an upbeat tone. Reward your dog each time they lift their paw. Keep practicing until your dog associates the word or the hand gesture with the paw lifting action. Keep training sessions short and fun. This will keep your dog motivated and engaged. Always end on a positive note with lots of praise and treats. Once your dog masters the wave, try using it as part of a greeting or farewell. All right, let's see some hello, goodbye, or what we call the wave. I do
think
like the
Okay,
hand
go ahead.
gesture instead.
Yeah, I like that too. And one of my favorite things about this trick is that every dog looks different doing it,
Yeah.
and it's my favorite thing.
We have one dog, the other Corey, her dog does sit pretty and wave. So it goes sit pretty and then, like lifts.
Yes, might have been
and-
working on that. So they can't do it with one. They hold when they sit pretty, they look like zombies, so then they just like bring their paws up and then back down one more time. Like that,
How funny.
that works. It's intentional.
There you go,
Nice.
Karen. Nice, Terry. Do that one more time, and then you're going to start to pull your hand further away the moment she lifts her paw up. Deanie's already got good distance here. She's about 10 feet. Very good.
Oh, nice.
Good.
Girl.
So see how you delayed your mark right there, Deanie? And then Bella actually did 2 swipes with her hand, which does look like more of a wave. So by clicking right away, you're getting the dog to understand, oh, that's what you want. But once they understand that, then you can start to delay the click and you can get more of a wave. Very good, Steve.
That was good timing.
Yeah. Pull your hand away on this next one, but get ready to mark. Okay, stay still until she moves her paw. There it is. So Terry, you're going to want to go ahead and reward her for that one. She pulled her paw up. Pull your hands behind your back first. There you go. Now say your cue and present your hand. Perfect. Too easy. All right. Last one. Give them the all done cue. We've got one more trick. Great timing, guys. This is the last one. Wow, we got through all of them. Is that 11 tricks? That's pretty good. All right, head down, basically chin target to the floor, to their paws, to your hand, whatever you want it to look like, but it's basically Bella is taking a break. She's resting. You can also do sleep instead. This video features just us shaping it or capturing it, simply just waiting, and what you don't see is Victoria's looking on the ground. So Bandit does not know what she wants yet, so he's trying to just figure it out. Shaping is a great way to teach this trick or tricks like this that a dog does naturally. So if your dog naturally puts their chin down, something that you can capture. You simply just sit in front of them, put your treats behind you or in a treat pouch, and wait. The moment that the dog goes from putting their chin parallel to the floor to slightly moving down, you're going to mark, and then you're going to reward down low. So she's got the back of her hand sometimes all the way down on that platform. She's marking, she's rewarding down low, and she's waiting. Every time he puts his chin down, she's marking and rewarding. From there, you can build duration once it's consistent. So once your dog goes, oh, I know what you want, and they're doing it all the time, put it on cue very quickly for those dogs that are smart, that have picked this up pretty quickly. Common cue for this one could be chin, or what I use is pout. All right. Head down. Let's see what you guys got. Aw. All right. So Terry, timing is really important here. Reward first. Now keep yourself really still. And the moment her head goes down a little bit, click. You should click her. There you go. Good, Karen. Let's fade out that hand gesture and see if you can get a verbal cue.
Oh, she like is taking a nap. She's like, all right.
That's good. I like that too. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
it
Yeah,
worked.
that's an ear target, but that's fine.
Taking a nap.
Nice. Good, Deanie. Great duration on that. So you can tell Bella has this on cue. Steenie's, so head goes up. Oh, Sasha, beautiful. And see, yeah, I love how you're feeding down low where Stash Steve is putting his chin down below the couch. Now simply wait, Terry.
I'd take it.
That's cute. That's even better. That describes the story.
Yeah, it is. Well, she's pooped. Well-deserved rest. And she probably is tired. I mean, it's a full hour. It's a lot.
Yeah. 10 seconds here. Oh, nice, Steve. Getting your dog to put their chin down when they're, especially dogs that are really active, is awesome. Just kind of cueing the rest. All right. Give your dog the all done cue. And Corey, let's wrap it up with our homework.
All right, so you're gonna be practicing on fetching tape and scissors. We have bows on here too, because I think we talked about fetching and retrieving bows last week to practice wrapping presents. Putting those toys in your gift boxes, saying your prayers, rolling out your wrapping paper, your sit down or sit or down with stay. You want to specifically increase your activity and practice in conjunction with that, the weight with your plate
Food.
of treats, plate of food, yes. And then a nose target to your presents or a target mark, wave, which is looking really good with everybody, and then that head down. So that's our homework for this coming 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks before the next class.
So tell them, Corey, what you were going to do in the next email. You were going to put together the last 3 list of tricks so that you guys have that to practice.
Yes, so the email will come out tomorrow with the recording from today for those of us that want that for practice. But then I'm going to copy and paste out the actual storyline from the presentation and put that into the email. So you have the wording of the story for the first 3 acts so that, you know, whoever your narrator is going to be, if it's you going to be narrating, you can start reading it and then practicing those tricks in succession since you have a little extra time since we're not meeting next week. So hopefully you'll be able to nail the first 3 acts. You'll have the story itself for those acts.
And if you guys, that helpful, everybody? Okay. If you can also practice, share some videos in either the messenger or the other group. We'd love to see some of the practice. Thank you, Deanie, for always posting videos. We absolutely love them. And it helps people that are like, oh, I don't know what to do. It helps them to kind of get a visual, because sometimes I just, you know, I quickly put the videos into the presentation and sometimes they don't get put anywhere where you can see them more comfortably. All right, any questions before we head out? No questions. Carol, no questions?
No, I just need time to practice as usual.
The tricks are very similar. So you'll notice very similar. Next week, when we start doing the wrap, this is more of like the dogs that have done agility. This is where that might really come into place. Wrapping the ribbon around the tree and things like that. So the first 3 acts have all been a lot of fetch this and fetch that. So they should be
I
pretty.
mean, she has a good bring command. She has the chin command. She has leave it. I mean, she has a lot of these components. She doesn't have a good bow, so that one's always hard for us. And the sit parry is always bad, but some of the other stuff she's good at.
Okay. Generalization is sometimes tough for some dogs. That's why we're bringing the elements that are from props from Christmas, because they might think it's different, even though it's not different to us. It might be different to them. So we practice with those props. All right, guys, we will go ahead and stop sharing and end class. But you guys have a good, wonderful couple weeks, and I'd love to see your videos. We're doing a really good job. Thanks for being here live. Corey, great job. And you guys look forward to an email that should hit your inbox. I think we've been doing it the next day, right?
Yeah. Comes out the 24 hours after the class at that same time. That way we can anybody that wants to join a little late, there's gonna be as updated as possible with all of the recordings.
If you've got friends or family members and you want them to participate, this is totally free. So you can share any of this with them if you'd like the links that are on YouTube, or if you want them to register for